Hi, my name is Doug, the Floridian Santa. Today I want to share with you a few of my favorite Christmas goodies. Let's get right to it. When I was growing up, my mom was always making goodies, especially around Christmas holidays. And there were a few that she would make that were my all-time favorites. One, she would make a little almond cookie. It was wrapped, or she would dip it in confection sugar after she had made it and let it sit, and it would get hard and crispy. And sometimes they're called snowballs, but my mom didn't do it to where it was in a round shape like a snowball. She would make it to where it was like a little small cookie. And those things were delicious. Another goodie that my mom would always make, well, she would always make fudge. Now, she would make this periodically, even not just at Christmas holidays. And I always loved her fudge. However, because of growing up in the South, there's a lot of humidity that we deal with. And so her fudge didn't always harden and turn out the way she had hoped. So there was a number of times that we got to eat our fudge in a little bowl with a spoon because it didn't harden up, and it was almost like a thick soup, but it was still delicious. Another thing that my mom would make, now sometimes these little cookies, sometimes they're called haystacks, but also they're Chinese noodle cookies. And my mom would take a double boiler, and she would melt sesame sweet chocolate morsels in it, get them all, good and gooey. And she would take Chinese noodles and she would pour them in, stir them around, and then she would spoon out little bits, just enough to where it was a good little size, morsel to eat. And she would spread these out on wax paper until they hardened. And those things were delicious. And that was basically all it was the chocolate and the Chinese noodles. Sometimes she would do it with butterscotch morsels. And either way, they were delicious when she would make those. That was another one of my favorites, and she would make those a lot for the holidays. But I think my all-time favorite that my mom did, and I don't even know what she called it, I don't even know if it had a name, but basically she would do the double boiler method. She would melt the chocolate morsels, get them all nice and gooey to dip something in, and she would take Ritz crackers and she would put globs of peanut butter on the cracker and then put another cracker on top, and it would be pretty good size, a good bit of peanut butter in between those Ritz crackers. And then she would dip them into the chocolate and place them out on the wax paper until they hardened. And I could go through those things probably faster than she could make them. Those were my absolute favorite goodie that my mom made. My mom, she would make sugar cookies at times, and she would make other things, chocolate chip cookies and stuff. But of a lot of my memories, those are my all-time favorites. And I guess I shared in my last video, I was destined and born to become Santa. And I guess I was proving it even when I was young and I was eating all of these goodies. But those are some memories that I just really, really really think back, and it just gives me a huge smile on my face and a huge smile in my tummy as well. Those were my favorites. Did you have any favorite goodies? If you did and you want to share what your favorite goodies were, feel free to do so in the comments. Again, I appreciate you being here with me. Again, my name is Doug, the Floridian Santa, and don't ever forget that love never takes, but it always gives. See you next time. God bless.